So now I have a jacket from my sister, shoes from my mother, sunglasses from my sister. Actually, the headlamp is mine. I brought that with me. Sailing knife from my dad. And actually the boots are my dad's as well. So they're his old sailing boots. They're a bit too big for me, but because they're really narrow, they actually do fit. Ooh, check out what I found yesterday when I was looking for my old sea bag. I found this wicked stylish little bag. It must have been a present of my grandma when I was a kid. And it's such a timeless design, don't you think? Pink and purple and yellow. So really, Patrice called it ladylike when I sent him a picture. Well, this is a little special again from back home, but this time it's going to be about sailing. And there's a friend of mine, he's a German blogger, Micha. Him and his family have been traveling on the Iron Lady for a long time. They had a very famous blog, and then they changed their boat to an aluminum boat called Marlin. And now tomorrow I'm going to go and meet him and some other people. And we're gonna go sailing on the Baltic Sea for a weekend. My train is 20 minutes delayed, so I might not make my connection.
Ladies and gentlemen, a few minutes we will arrive at Hamburg or Manchester. Leave us here with say goodbye and have a nice day.
Damn it, I missed my train by 1 minute. It was supposed to leave 43, and I got here 44. Sometimes the German Pünktlichkeit, which is being on time, can be a little bit annoying too. Because if this had been Central America, I would have totally made my train for sure. But now at least I got some time to show you the train station. There is plenty of wildlife to watch. Germans love to put up signs for everything. This is a Hamburg food specialty. They're called Franzbrötchen, and they're like cinnamon buns, basically. They're really yummy. Alright, this is us. I think that might be Marlin. There she is. Big beauty. Na?
Hallo.
Hallo, Nika.
Markus.
This is a German way of boarding a boat. You use a ladder. Ups. Gleich mal das Boot kaputt gemacht. Moinsen! Our skipper is gonna give us a little safety introductions to his boat.
Das Boot würde nicht sinken. Das Wasser kommt dann noch innen nach außen, wie auch immer.
Bananen?
Ja, Bananen. Wir haben hier ein UKW-Gerät und das ist sicherheitstechnisch auch sehr wichtig. Und ich gehe hier hin, so, und dann kann ich das anmachen. Das wird immer so gestapelt. Okay? Nee, andersrum.
Ja.
Das ist Bier.
Genau.
The really important stuff. Ready to rumble!
Yeah!
Yay! Polar expedition! We're about to leave Flensburg Harbor to go and anchor. Woohoo! Off we go!
Das ist Franz und das ist Lisa.
Franz und Lisa.
Jeremy, wie heißt der noch? Jeremy,
James Oliver.
Jamie Oliver, genau. So, und dazu gibt es Kartoffeln. Wow!
Nee, warte. Das riecht ja toll.
Sounds great.
Micha had bought 2 rainbow trouts and smoked them in his oven. And man, they were really super tasty.
Das ist Windstärke 13. So steht der Seemann bei Windstärke 13. Wir können ein bisschen Wind gebrauchen.
Salut!
Salut!
Cheers! Good morning. We're having a tiny little breeze. You can see the flag is actually moving. It's a little bit strange to be wearing all this gear and shoes and hats and mittens and whatnot on the boat, but it's beautiful. It's a little foggy. We took a slow morning this morning because we had a little bit of a late night yesterday, and the wind is just picking up a tiny little bit. We have like 5-6 knots of wind, and we're gonna try today if we can sail a little bit. Be cool. They go sailing in February in the fog with no wind, but we're doing 1.2 knots. We are moving. Bruno's first day at sea.
Weil so wenig Wind ist, dürfen alle ein Glas Wein trinken, wenn sie wollen. Stefan lässt jetzt langsam das Groß runter. Ja? Genau. Oben rein. So, jetzt kommt er und ist eingeklackt. Und jetzt kommt der Pin raus. Loslassen. Ja, zickzack rein. So dass sich das wie so ein Leporello, ja, in die Tasche unten reinfügt. Okay?
Diese Breite, die da hängt, hier hinten reinziehen, das wird verkehrt. Und bitte? Stopp! Halt dich lieber am Mast fest, nicht an den Leinen, die sind nicht fest. Das ist lose, die sind beide lose. Das ist ein Beschlag am Deck, da hängt eine kleine weiße Leine dran. Greif mal direkt das Pfeil.
Im Sommer war Grillen angesagt und alle.
After a beautiful day of sailing in 0 to 5 knots wind and 0.2 to 2.5 knots of speed. Not too bad.
Da drüben ist die berühmteste, glaube ich.
exploring one of the Ochseninseln, which are the Ox Islands. And it's a little bit deserted here. Das ist schon ein bisschen am Projekt vorbei. It's a bit like a boat shipyard. The restaurant is closed. Really? Thanks for telling us. Morning, Stefan, Markus, Bruno and skipper Micha and me explored the Ox Islands a little bit, which is actually part of Denmark. And then it was already time to untie the lines again. The second day we had a beautiful 15 to 20 knots of wind and everyone got to take the helm and practice tacking with Marlin. And it was Bruno's first time out sailing ever, which I thought was pretty crazy of him to choose such a weather for his first trip. But he said he had a really great time and that he's gonna stick with it, so that's perfect. Look at this, there's other crazy sailors out here. Happy?
Feet cold a bit.
We've had a really fantastic sailing weekend with awesome people on board and an outstanding boat. And by the way, if you want to go sailing with Marlin and Micha for this summer, go check out marlin-expeditions.com.